let me invite you to the lectern. The name of the speech is The Challenge of Being a Blonde. The Challenge of Being a Blonde.
When I say dumb, you say blonde. Dumb, blonde, dumb, blonde. When I say airheaded, you say blonde. Airheaded, blonde, airheaded, blonde. Now all you guys know what the kids used to say about me behind my back, all just for being a blonde. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests. Good evening. Tonight we're going to go on a little journey. I'm going to take you through my personal diary of 2014. There we're going to visit a Toastmaster birthday. And then we're going to go to Vegas. Then we're going to go to a bar. And then I'm going to tell you about a really challenging interview. So how about that? Let's get started and have some fun. January is the first month of the year, right? Remember, guys, I'm a blonde. What happened in January? Let's see. What happened? Oh, yes! December was the month before that. I got a scarf. It was gorgeous. But I had to take it back to the store. You know why?
Wrong color.
It was too tight. February came along. February starts with an F, right? So that reminds me, pharmacy. I got a pharmacy job. Even though it starts with a P. I got a pharmacy job putting these little bottle labels on the bottle. Well, I got fired after my first week. You know why?
No.
I couldn't print them because I couldn't put these in the I tried to put them in the typewriter. Hello? How else are you supposed to print these bottles? The next month is March, right? March, I joined Maui's Toastmaster Club last year. Some of you don't know I went to Hawaii. I got rolled off the island. So they said, we'd like to get to know you a little bit better. So would you mind redoing your icebreaker speech? So I said, sure. So I walked in with a big cooler full of ice and my pick, and I started picking away. And they looked at me and they said, you're going to have to redo that project. I just don't understand it. I thought I had the right ice pick. April is April Fool's Day, right? Boy, I was a fool. I went to the Maui Mall, went shopping. And guess what? The most horrific thing happened. I got stuck on the escalator for hours. Do you know what happened? The power went out. What month are we on, guys?
May.
Thank you. Remember, I'm a dumb
blonde.
Blonde. Okay, May's my birthday month. Oh, such a great month. So I'm living with this girl in Maui who has these kids. And she kind of felt sorry for me. And she said, hey, Kimmy, I'll bake the cake. I'll put up the balloons. I'll do the decorations, but would you just make some Kool-Aid for my kids? And I said, I think I can handle that. And I went to get the little pack. You know the little Kool-Aid packs? Hey, there's wrong instructions on those packs. I could not put 8 cups of water in the pack. Okay. Now, I paid $150 CI to have these jokes written here. That's what y'all are laughing. Where's my receipt? Toastmaster Finley, you got my receipt? What's the next month, guys? June. It's vacation time. So my family said, hey, let's go water skiing in Florida. So I go down there, and I'm looking at all these lakes. I can't find a slope. The next month is July. Boy, it's hot in Cayman, isn't it, in July? Well, in Hawaii, it's very hot as well. The diving isn't as good there as it is here. So I decided to get into swimming, and competitive swimming at that. So guess what kind of contest I entered? The breaststroke competition. And guess what? I lost. But I found out the other people cheated. They used their arms. August, oh my God, was my first Hawaiian luau. And I was invited by the Hawaiian retired police officer. It was for the Hawaiian Retired Association, Benevolent Association. And he said, we want you to come. We heard you were a Toastmaster. And I said, oh, I would love to come. Imagine how special I felt. He said I would be the only one there that wasn't a Hawaiian retired police officer. So here I show up with my speech, right? And I go to the lectern, and all of a sudden, there's this man that's standing over to the side. He's got this Hawaiian headdress on. He's got muscles, no shirt on, ladies, abs. He didn't look as good as Toastmaster Paul. Then he had a sarong and a lei, and he blew the conch shell to start the luau. So all of a sudden, he looks at me as I'm going up to the lectern, and he says, Anakia, pu'unini, haliakala. And I said, excuse me? What does that mean? And he said, that's Hawaiian for where is the toast? And I'm ready to say my speech. And I look at him and go to the kitchen. I don't have any toast. Now, I want to get on with my speech, thank you. So as I'm getting ready to give the speech, he said, no! What are we going to do with all this spam and lunch meat without any toast? And I said, I do not have any toast. Do you mind? And he said, why do you think we invited you to this luau? We heard you were a Toastmaster. I said, you know what? There's got to be some sort of confusion. I am a Toastmaster, that's right. But I am not an expert in making toast. You know, people really don't know what we do they? Have you tried to explain what Toastmasters are all about? People kind of get confused. Well, the next thing we're going to talk about is a Toastmaster birthday that I attended recently. It was Toastmaster Ingrid. How many of you attended? Raise your hand. Wasn't she beautiful in her white dress and her silver bling at the end of that table? And she had so many people show up. I was impressed. All those people that were coming out of the seams. Anyway, I'm sitting next to Toastmaster Noel. I'm really upset that he's not here. But anyway, we had the funniest conversation. You know, he's for those of you who don't know, he's very serene, and he's very happy, and he's very quiet and subdued. And he's sitting next to me, and I said, Toastmaster Noel, you know, I'm fascinated with people that seem really happy. I like to ask them this question. So what's the secret of your happiness? And you know what he says? Oh, Toastmaster Kimberly, that's really easy. I love to play the piano. And I love to sing. In fact, and then it got really weird. I've often thought, if I had a lobotomy and they cut my head open, I honestly think a piano would come out. And I think musical notes would come out and voices. I'm sitting there thinking, oh my God, what is he drinking? So I'm visualizing this operating table with Toastmaster Noel and the surgeon cutting open his head and the piano coming out and the voices. And then I thought, I wonder what's in Toastmaster Ingrid's head. So I looked at Toastmaster Noel and I said, hey, what do you think what's in Ingrid's head? And he says, oh, Toastmaster Kimberly, that's easy. Beautiful shoes. Lots of white dresses. And bling. And maybe some curry goat. And I was like, oh, that's nice. Wonder what you think would come out of my head. I'm thinking this in my head. What do you guys think, I guess? A whole lot of air. Moving right along, let's go to Vegas. So I go to Vegas because I want to try my winnings, right? I want to try my luck, right, actually. So I go up to the soda vending machine, soda pop vending machine, I put in $1. Out comes a Coke. I thought, I'm going to put in another $1. Out came a Sprite. I was getting really excited. I put in another $1. Out came a root beer. Right on! All of a sudden, this New York guy, big guy, comes up and says, hey, Blondie over there, do you mind stopping? I'd like to get something to drink. And I just looked at him and I said, are you kidding? I am not leaving this machine while I am winning. I got so excited, I went to the bar to celebrate. I walked in and felt right at home because everybody in there, they were blonde, just like me. So I'm drinking my champagne, celebrating my winnings, and all of a sudden, this strange little blind man starts walking in. And he has an Irish accent. And he walks in with his cane, and he says, "Che mi da forza, corna sa tattoo." And I'm like, well, what does that mean? And he says, that's Gaelic for, does anyone want to hear a blind joke? And I went, oh, I can't believe this. Well, first of all, sir, you need to know who's in this bar. Number one, the bartender over there is gigantic, and he is a blonde. Number two, the bartender who will be making your drinks, he's gigantic, and he is a blonde. And the woman that's sitting next to me, she's a bodybuilder, and she's a blonde. And guess what? I'm a blonde too, and I have a brown belt and tanks you do. And you know what he said? Jesus, Mary, and Joseph, I don't want to repeat the joke 4 times. Then he walked out of the bar. All right, so we have a lot of fun in Toastmasters, don't we? And you know what? I forgot some months of the year, because I'm a what? Blonde. What month did I leave off? Oh, September. Who said that? Toastmaster Ingrid. Thank you, Toastmaster Ingrid. Saving me again. Saving me with shoes tonight. Okay, so in September, I was washing my car. And you know, this soap is supposed to be the best. That's how come I remember it. Soap is S September, right? And I wanted to get this here. I found it in Napa. And I thought, hey, I'm going to wash my new Ford Mustang with this. And then I want to tell you, in September of last year, I stared at this soap for 2 hours. Do you know why? It says concentrate. October, I had a friend of mine named Barbie. I'm a Barbie girl, you know that song? Okay. Anyway, she came over to my house to organize my shoes. And she says, you know what, we've really got to fix these shoes. They're all over the place. And I'm like, okay, anything to help. And she said, you know what, here's a little tip for you. It'll help you make things go faster. Put TGIF on all your shoes. And I thought, oh, what does that mean? Like, thank God it's Friday? And she said, no, silly. Oh, my God. TGIF means simply toes go in first. Isn't that a great tip, everyone? Okay, what's the next month, folks? Remember, I'm a dumb. A dumb. What's the next month? November. Dumb? We have another dumb blonde in here. Okay, so she drives a Mustang too. Hey, great minds think alike. Okay, November in America, we celebrate American Thanksgiving, right? You all know that. And I decided last year to bake my first turkey. I baked it for 5 days. Something went wrong. I don't understand it. The instructions said bake 1 hour per pound. I weigh 123 pounds. Okay. December, Christmas time. Well, I had really painful feet in December. Oh my God, I was walking around like this. Oh, like this. It was so painful. But you know why? It was because I was doing this in front of the sleeping cabinet. I was tiptoeing every night in front of my medicine cabinet. And you know why? I didn't want to wake up my sleeping pills. You got that. Okay, so did I leave any months out?
January.
October.
We did October. Yes, Barbie girl, TGIF. January, we did it. We did all of it. Yes, so that was the year. And we went to Vegas. And then we also went to a bar. I can tell you about the hardest interview I had. Well, how many, Toastmasters is a great organization. We get to watch each other grow. We have this amazing camaraderie, like Toastmaster Ingrid's birthday party. We all tend to get to know each other a little bit better. But in the real world, we got to get jobs. How many of you have been on a real challenging job interview lately? Okay, so you know what it's like. Let me tell you about mine. I had a hard time keeping jobs last year in Maui. I got fired from the pharmacy job because I couldn't put those labels on there, and several other jobs. So a friend of mine said, hey, why don't you try for a flight attendant for the Hawaiian Airlines? And I thought, I think I can do that. All I can do is push a little cart, right? Walk down the aisle. Right? That's easy. Anybody can do that. Remember, I'm a dumb. Blonde. Okay, so what did I do? I went to the interview, and guess what? 2 other ladies showed up with me. A brunette and a redhead. The interviewer was quite pedantic. She wore glasses like this and had her hair tied back in a gray bun like a school marm kind of a woman. So she's sitting there going, Who's first? And the brunette walks in and says, I am. She says, fill out the forms. So she's filling out the forms, the brunette. And then the interviewer says, I have a question for you. How many D's are in Indiana Jones? The brunette stops and thinks and says, 1. She said, I will call you after I'm through interviewing the other applicants. Next! The redhead goes in, and she fills out the forms. And the interviewer asks her, same question, how many D's are in Indiana Jones? The redhead says, like it's a trick question, 1? And the interviewer says, fine, thank you, I'll call you when I'm done. Next! Who's next? Blondie? It's my turn. So I go peep off in, and I fill out my forms. And she says to me, okay, Blondie, how many D's are in Indiana Jones? 2, 4, 6, I said. 2, 4, 6. Hey, can I borrow your calculator, Miss Pindantic? And she said, sure. 5 minutes of intense calculations. I've got my number. And I say, I'm ready. 32. Miss Pendantic says, how the hell did you get 32? And I said, very simple. Da 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 da.